Okay, when it comes to this circuit, make sure that you have some type of a load on it, because unloaded it draws a lot of amperage. Even with a 500 or 50 kilo ohm variable resistor here, it's still drawing a lot of amperage. Let's see, right now I'm on that meter there, and with the light and the capacitor bank, I'm drawing 30, what is it? 33 milliamps or whatever it is there. But the problem is, this circuit unloaded draws a lot of amperage. So actually, unfortunately, I just fried this nice old ammeter that's good for 200 amps. I knew that it was 280 amps unloaded, and I was just moving some wires here, some clips, some of the alligator clips, and I accidentally unloaded it, and it just matter of seconds fried that. So you should at least have a 500 milliamp meter or larger. Of course, I do have bigger, larger ammeters, but I'm just trying to condense my my table as much as I can, and I guess, well, what I could do is just turn this off, take the 50 milliamp meter off, put the 500 one on. Okay, now as you can see, it's drawing, well, it's really hard to tell. Right there it only looks like it's 25, and maybe it looks like it's 30 milliamps. But you know, you take off the light, and it actually goes down, and because it's just charging the capacitors. I don't know, I can show it again. Oh, I just took off the negative, just popped off it here. Alright, so yeah, oop. Yeah, that's charging actually quite high. Well, it's good for 60, so it's not too bad. But as soon as I put the load on it, it'll actually stop, and I think it will actually start discharging. Yeah. But okay, so you look at the ammeter, and if I take off the load, you'll see it goes down. Right? Put your load back on, goes back up. Okay. So I actually think people should have a capacitor bank if they're testing with this type of system right now, because it's like a safety, right? If you keep it hooked up, it'll always just charge the capacitor bank. And right now it's charging, actually it's just charging because of the load the voltage going to the capacitors aren't as high. Now of course I can lower the resistance on the variable resistor very easily, and then all I gotta do is lower it down. Okay. Geez, that should... Surprised that's not taken off. I've got what, almost 100 there. I'll bring it up to close to 100 milliamps. Okay. Okay, now it's starting to charge the capacitors, which means its voltage is above 47 volts, right? So it's charging it above the voltage that is already in the capacitors. Obviously, by lowering the resistance, you're raising the amperage on the base, which is allowing more current to flow. And if I was to lower it even more, there, right there, 150, well, oh, look at it charging now, right? So it's obviously a lot more voltage right now, and I can control it by raising the resistance right back to 50K again, and now you can see it's discharging the capacitor bank. So by having a couple things in place like this, having some type of a little load, and having a fair sized capacitor bank, and having a fair sized capacitor bank, you can control the amount of output this circuit is putting out, because it can put out a lot of amperage. And well, this meter should be able to handle it. So here I'll take off there. I'll take off the load. You can see it's already starting to go up on the capacitors because I took a load off of it. And if I take the capacitor bank off, well, actually it's drawn even more than I thought it was. No wonder it fried the meter. It's drawn 350 milliamps, and that's just the circuit unloaded. There's nothing hooked up to it. It's just running through the 50 kilo ohm variable resistor. And honestly, I don't really even like doing that. Where are we at? I like to load it. So I'll just throw the lamp back on it again, and that'll lower it down again. And actually I'll just turn it off, and I'll put the capacitor bank back on it, and I'll use the load to lower the voltage on the capacitor bank, although I don't really need to, but I will. So yeah, this is just another quick video trying to help people if they're working with this circuit. You should have some type of a load, or at least a lot of resistance at first in the circuit, and then scale down your resistance as you want to. See, I just turned it back on again, and now it should start to recover. It's not recovering very good. It's still running low. Well, like I said, if I lower the resistance, it would increase, but no big deal. So what I'll do is I'll just shut it off again, and I'll unhook the battery bank. It's at 35.72 right now, so it's a fun circuit to play with. Everybody have a great day. Try not to blow up any meters. You know, if it was that cheap one, I wouldn't worry too much about, but unfortunately it was one of my nice old ones, and I don't know if you can hear it, the shunt. I don't know, I'll have to see if I can find a shunt for it. I suppose I got all kinds of meters, but it just kind of sucks. I hate burning up a meter. Cheers.